I can't remember the last time a Royal Rumble didn't make me happy.
Yeah,
Maybe there was one that was like a dud, but it was still okay. Even a bad Royal Rumble, it's like having ice cream that's not great. It's
it's
like
still pretty good.
it's like having sorbet. You know, when you have sorbet, it's still okay. It's still good.
I
You
love
still,
sorbet.
yeah, but it's not like real like praline pecan or Rocky
Yeah,
Road. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it's a nice treat to have. That's how these rumbles can be occasionally. Um, and the Royal Rumble lived up to the hype. Were you happy in general? We don't have to get into detail yet. In general, were you happy with the Royal
I was
Rumble?
happy, and then I was devastated in about 25 minutes. Once my jerk friend sent me a text and was, I have a friend who's a hater for someone that we're going to be talking about later on, who may or may not have hurt himself. And my friend sent me a thing, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And I just was like, "Oh, it was the highest of highs, Vic, and the lowest of lows,
That
all
was
within like a few minutes." And it was a pretty good. I will say I enjoyed it in the moment. I enjoyed the whole thing. The matches besides the main Rumble matches were all kind of like fodder because you knew that there weren't going to be any of that consequences.
they're okay. I like the ending for the Fatal Four Way,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they got creative, and I totally didn't think about it with the brass knuckles with the Logan Paul and KO
Oh, that was
because
great. Yeah, that was a
yeah,
really cool way of doing it.
and Logan Paul. I was listening to Marty Skrull talk about Logan Paul, and he was saying he made the argument that he wouldn't say it 100%, but that at this point Logan Paul has adapted more sooner than even Kurt Angle had adapted to pro wrestling, which is kind of a
Oh,
crazy thing to
possibly.
think.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah, I
And
mean, he's a
I'm
real athlete. I mean, like, right? He's like, and then he takes care of himself. He eats his broccoli and chicken and drinks his creatine.
I'm telling you, my dream match for these celebs, and I think it'd go because I'd love to see how it turn out, is Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny,
Oh
just one
God,
on
dude,
one.
no one's watched that.
People would watch that.
Yeah, people would also
The-
watch, a dog fucking a pig on the side of the street too, but it doesn't. I mean, everyone wants to sit and watch for a minute. You're like, is that possible? And then you like
if
carry
they're in
on.
love, I'm okay with a dog and a pig getting it on the side of the street. Okay, if there's genuine
Next summer,
genuine,
Paramount Pictures presents Forbidden Love.
I'm
Pigs are
telling you,
not definitely stupid.
you wouldn't be curious. That would be a media frenzy. You talk about Taylor Swift. Look what she's doing in the NFL because everybody's like mad or happy with her, which is such a weird thing for people.
Who fucking
Uh,
cares, dude?
who cares? Yeah, but whatever. They're living their lives. But to have a Logan Paul Bad Bunny matchup, I
I
mean,
mean, you probably. I mean, okay. You're such a homer sometimes. You're such a homer, dude. You really are sometimes. I love it.
what's
Yeah,
wrong
but
with
to make it
that?
good though, you gotta have like a tag match.
No,
So two pros.
no, that's an
You just
easy
want a
way.
choreographed 10 minute
I want a
bullshit match,
straight up. I think you could get a real match like
dude. You
anybody
could
else
not. You would
out of
get a
those.
spot fest,
Those
dude.
are the only two. And yeah, what are we getting so far with Logan Paul or Bad
Yeah,
Bunny?
but even worse though.
It is
Oh man.
what is professional wrestling if not anything but a spot fest at this point
Yeah,
going
dude.
forward? And I just think that could be happening, but that is a debate for another time. So the Royal Rumble happens, okay? Well, we don't have to talk about the two matches in the middle. Let's talk about the Women's Royal Rumble and the Men's Royal Rumble. And before we deep dive in, and I'm going to pull this up right now,
Oh, here we go.
what did you think was better? Which match did you think was better, the Women's Rumble or the Men's Rumble?
This was the best. This was the best women's rumble in probably since they started it, I think, by far. And it still was like, you still like they used to have like four people who you think would win, and then like 26 other chicks that were like divas a long time ago. And this time was more like 10 to like 20 ratio, which is better. And this one
They,
had more like, yeah, it was cool and it was a good story, I think.
this proved that they have the real talent to go because I felt like last year's and maybe even the years before was forced.
Yes.
We had a lot of bull crap. We had a lot of filler. You know, Michelle McCool, which we did that I think through the first one, and I understand it for the first one, but we had all these things happen. And then the Jordan Grace, by the way, I hadn't
From
seen
TNA
her in a
Impact.
while. She from TNA Impact, which was a big deal. She looked amazing. She belongs on that in that stage. She was
Yeah.
awesome. You have a bunch of these strong, strong women. And it's funny too, because some of these debuts, and I'm gonna run through it right here. I forgot about Jade Cargill. I mean, they brought her up and they took her away, and there was like this weird controversy. But I think this is kind of why I'm hoping that they planned it, because I forgot about her.
I
And
think I
and
do.
when
I think they absolutely were like, dude, let's just bring her on TV. People will like, as people are like, as we show her every 3 weeks, we're still reminding people of her, but she's getting like better every single day that she's practicing. So you have her come in the Rumble, dude. She still has like 2 months to get ready for like Mania now. So like she's gonna have a good, So like I think it's real like smart. All like all the ones that you wish that she would go up against. She did for like a second. It was cool. She like, when she like scored off against Nia, I was like, oh, and then when she scored off against Bianca, that was cool. Like those were like some big like hype parts of it, I think.
Jordan Grace with Ivy Nile, even though Ivy Nile was having a little bit of trouble with her girl a little bit, but they still did that suplex spot.
Dude, I will tell you that when Jordan Grace came out, I marked out, dude.
And by the way, Chelsea Green had some quality time in that match when she just kept getting every move done to her. Like
I don't think
they
she cares, dude.
well, no, she has you could tell she has a great, she knows what she's there for with her character, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I thought that was great, because you need comedy in this whole thing. And
Well,
and
yeah.
let's you want to go from the top to the bottom here on
Yeah.
who came
Let's
in?
go.
Starters, Natalia and Naomi. Naomi, I told you was going to come
Oh,
back.
she was a big surprise.
Right. But Natalia, they started you off with Natalia, and you're like, oh, great, it's Natalia.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
Natalia's just been there forever. She's kind of like Dolph Ziggler at this point. She would
Although
actually,
it's kind of cool because it's like her, but it's like a different version of her face every year. So it is kind of exciting. You're like, is it going to be more like Duck this year, or more like
she's trying to turn
like a
herself
turkey
into cat.
face? Yeah,
I think she's going to try to turn herself into a cat lady a little
to
bit.
cat lady. It's creepy that she promotes her sister's OnlyFans. I find that really weird. Her sister has OnlyFans, and she like promotes her sister. What's up?
Yeah, that is weird. Does her sister go naked, or is it just something?
I
Is it
don't
like
think so. I think it's relatively clean, I believe. But I just know that like she was like bragging about her sister, and like was like it's kind of weird though. She's like, I don't know.
Remember there was an air like not to
I would promote Kevin's. Okay, if Kevin, my brother, lost it all and started OnlyFans, I would not promote his OnlyFans. Even if he asked me to like share a link, I would not do it.
Remember there was this era, and it was like a joke on Married with Children, on everything at that time, and I never quite got it because it's kind of gross to me. It's like where, like the joke was, oh, I had, and even like Major League, I think was like I had sex with her and her mom, or her and her twin sister, and it's kind of like if you really think about it, that's kind of gross.
Oh yeah, there's been like back in the day when like porn was brand new on the internet, I definitely would stumble upon a few things on some websites and you're like, wait, hold on, that's not hot. That's not like a selling point, dude.
Yeah,
that's not like a selling. I'm not like,
yeah. But that was like the joke, like, oh, twins, woo! Like I want to get with twins, and it's kind of like, oh, I'm like, all right, but these are like siblings.
I did
They're
too,
both
but one on Friday and one on Saturday, and then
yeah,
and then maybe both on Sunday, like morning night. Yeah.
But that was like, oh, that's what that night I had. That was like the joke of like these 80 movies. Then I had, remember that stewardess and her mom that I met at the bar, and I had a one night stand with both, or I had sex with both of them, and it's like that's kind of gross, bro. That's a little like. So yeah, I could see the Natalia thing. I like that's the whole thing. Like if you and your brother are promoting, like follow my brother's zone. My brother's hot. My brother's real hot.
I may not seem like it, but he's got a fat hog. I'll tell you guys. I'll tell you. It's like 7 inches from the ground. Wait, it's like 19 inches from the ground.
It's just like too far. It's like, hey, look, if I said Tinkle, you're looking handsome today. But if I said, yeah, Tinkle, your hog's looking pretty revved up. No, that's not.
Man, them jeans are looking snug in the front.
Uh,
I'll be like, huh, thank you.
yeah. It's like what is it, gold member? He's toit like a tiger. You've got a great bulge. Remember the
Oh
gold
yeah.
member thing? That was a funny movie, folks. All right, so they started it off. Um, I thought Naomi was a little underwhelming, but it was nice to see her back.
I think she like had like a full schedule though, dude.
Yeah.
Like I think she was like, I think because I just watched another Impact and she had a bunch of matches, I think, last week. So, probably like, but yeah, I mean,
Her hair was a little weird with the name in it. I don't understand it, but it's fine. Naomi's back. That's great. People were happy to see her. Eventual
so
winner Bailey came in at third. Go ahead.
but like what do you think about isn't it's kind of strange, right? How like now Naomi left with Sasha Banks, but Sasha Banks was like the big star, and Naomi was like the little buddy. And I always kind of felt bad for like Naomi, like, oh man, she probably didn't want to walk out, I mean, she probably like, and then so now Sasha priced herself out, and now Naomi is the one who's being welcomed back with open arms. It's like a very interesting. So now
it was a weird thing, and I wonder what the problem was.
they said she wanted a F ton of money, dude.
Is that what it is? But what did they walk out on? Why did they walk out? They just were mad about
because they promised them a run, I think, with the tag team. They promised them a bunch of stuff with the tag team titles, like a whole thing, and then they immediately started like jacking them off, and then they're just like, enough, dude, enough. I mean, yeah. like, dude, they did it. Tony Storm did it earlier. Who else did it? Like, there's like 3 or 4 people on like Jeff Hardy did it. There's like 4 or 5 people in a row that were just like, I can't. And that's only a year away from all the chaos that was happening. And now it's interesting, dude. I want to go back and look at the timeline and see the creative again during that period, because it can't be good. That's all I'm going to say about it.
We're gonna have to look at it. And the elephant in the room, but I don't know. Vince got a little out of it, but it was whatever. We'll talk about that later. That's another topic for another time. Regarding to the creative and everything, not the the bummer stuff. Bailey came in at number third. She would go on to win. We found out at the end, but
spoiler. Sorry, guys. Sorry, we didn't know.
Candice LeRae had the most eliminations. She came in next. Did you know that? She had 3 eliminations. Bailey. She comes. Why? Well, actually, it's wrong. It says Bailey. She didn't eliminate Bailey. So stupid Wikipedia. Nobody had more than 2 eliminations, apparently.
Oh, for the girls?
Yeah.
Huh.
Candice LeRae, Jordan Grace, we talked about, was amazing to see her walk out with a belt. This is the second time that the TNA champ has been in the Women's Royal Rumble, Mickie James, but Mickie James made sense in the sense that she was an alumni. This one was just like it's funny because they were saying, well, Triple H took a shot at Tony Khan because he said Forbidden Door thing was stupid, but it is stupid. The Forbidden Door, it's like a big cliche thing.
Yeah, it's stupid,
and it's the pay-per-view for them, but
yeah, and they aren't the one who like made that up, dude. So it's like,
yeah.
But dude, like Jordan Grace walking out was sick, dude. That was pretty awesome.
She put up the other day on her Instagram her transformation. And she's always been, don't get me wrong, she's always been an attractive woman, but she was a little she's thicker now. She's thick now.
She had like a powerlifting body for like a female, is what she had. She was like a powerlifter, dude. She was just like short, stout, and jacked, and not cut up, right?
Yeah, she's super cut now.
Yeah. And now she's like way leaned out.
Indy Hartwell came in. She had a good little run the way. By the way, just to mention, because Pat McAfee, what did you think about Pat McAfee on commentary? You like Pat McAfee? I'm a big fan of Pat McAfee, so.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And we'll get to that too.
I didn't like that. Yeah, I didn't like that spot later on. But he's great. He's always great, dude. I mean,
yeah, but he was kind of making fun of the way and kind of just and it was kind of silly. I don't know why they keep promoting the way thing when it's kind of over.
I
They
don't
didn't
know.
that
It,
group hasn't come back together, and unless they
it,
turn Austin Theory into a good guy, it doesn't make any sense.
it wasn't a good group anyway. Like no one, like that was when NXT was just taking a fat poop.
And they stole the Mandalorian's catchphrase.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, because this is the way.
Oh,
Get it? Because they're a bunch of nerds like I am. So, Asuka came out. They had like the weird thing, which I guess they're gonna have to play out the on SmackDown with Bailey, and then Ivy Nile came out. Katana Chance, who is super tiny, just tiny, micro,
yeah, she's real
but I mean
little.
very, very athletic. But when you get her in there with all the big girls, it's just like whoa.
Yeah, you know who she is, right? She was on that American Ninja Warrior show.
Oh yeah. But if you someone we talked about who wasn't in the Royal Rumble was Lash Legend, and I've been watching her on NXT, which we're gonna get into in a little while. Man, she is just a beautiful woman that's like way big. I wonder. I gotta look up her height and everything and her weight because she just is huge. Like it's like I think she's bigger maybe even than Jade Cargill. Cargill. Why am I watching that name? I've said it a million times. Jade
Dude,
Cargill.
well, because you start talking about Lash Legend and you get all like frazzled, dude. You're like, oh, she's just big and powerful. You got,
Well,
you
I'm just
got,
saying they've got some like big women, and it's
yeah, yeah.
funny, but when you face up some of these little women with like these Amazons like Rhea Ripley and by the way, that was another thing I was surprised about. Apparently she was having problems with like I might be saying the wrong thing. What is it when you skin cirrhosis or sciatica? No,
Psoriasis.
psoriasis.
Yes.
I think she was having some sort of allergic psoriasis thing. That's why she's been off TV
Oh,
for a
really?
while. Yeah. But she wasn't apparently in a good enough standing to appear at this, which makes it crazy because, like we just talked about, this Rumble is so stacked, and there were still like five more women that I think could have been in here that weren't like just throwaways. Katana Chance is still relevant. Bianca Belair came out. Kairi Sane. Um, her and Asuka didn't do well, considering the fact that Asuka, won the first one, I think. They didn't have that great of a showing. Kairi Sane lasted 5 minutes and Asuka lasted 13. Tegan Knox came out with all her crazy tattoos and her weird hair.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
right.
she looks like a troll doll. I'm
I
not
feel
trying to be
like,
judgmental, but
yeah, no, I feel like she won like a $5,000 gift certificate for like the tattoo parlor in
yeah, it's just
Orlando, and she's just cashing them in every now and then. She gets like another one.
she just doesn't have like I don't know she doesn't have a look. I know they're very high on her and everything, but I don't know what her gimmick is, or maybe that's the whole
She's like
thing.
one of those. There's like a whole crew that just they're like they also play games on Switch nonstop. I think is what they do. It's like they're so
I mean, I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying I don't know what her deal is.
yeah. It's not. I mean,
No.
she had a cool story like a while ago. Like that whole angle with her and Dakota Sky when she beat the shit out of her was awesome.
You're not going anywhere when they put you with Natalia. That's like that's
Who?
like a spot but she's like hanging out and they try to allude that
Who is?
Natalia eliminated her Natalia
Oh,
are a tag team.
okay. I thought you
I
were
don't
saying
know
someone else. I'm like, wait, who? I'm all, yeah.
Natalia. Caden Carter came in. That's Piper, not Piper Niven. That is Katana
Chances,
Chance's tag team partner.
she's even smaller than the other one is.
She's a little bigger.
Oh, is she?
I think she's a little bigger,
They're
but
both like 5'2", 5'1". They're super tiny.
Chelsea Green came out, had a great sequence where she just took everybody's move over and over again for like 2.5 minutes. Was one of the highlights of the whole thing. Then Piper Niven came in. This would probably be the only throwaway because they haven't done anything with her. At one point she was on the up, and then they kind of derailed her, and that's Zia Lee.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't like. It's like, what are you doing with the elite? She came out. She had her katanas or whatever they're called, and the hook things with the sword.
It's like
Zelina Vega,
they could only push one Asian group at a time.
right?
They're all sorry, dude. Only one shall pass for now.
Zelina Vega came out. Zelina's solid. Here's the one that kind of
She's so
stuck.
tiny too, dude. I forget how small she is.
This is the one they should stop with, and I think her character is over. And I'm not saying they should take her off, but they should not have her wrestle right now as Maxine Dupree.
Oh yeah,
Did you see
right,
that? It was pretty bad.
dude. Yeah, like
It was she tried to come in, and I don't even know what you call it. It was like the head scissor, like twirl thing, and it was she did it twice, and it was just bad.
I
I mean, it
don't think I
was
saw it.
you don't. Yeah, I'm like I hope I didn't get this wrong, but maybe it was from Raw. But she is
Yeah, no, she's definitely been if you scroll through Reddit every like Tuesday and every like Wednesday after NXT, there'll be a thread about how she kind of botched something. Well, this is another example of people practicing on live television in front of us.
you shouldn't be
Like,
practicing in the Royal Rumble. You should not be
no,
practicing the Royal Rumble. Nia Jax came in, and also Nia Jax. I know people hate on her. I think she's amazing, especially right now. And I think her character is stirring the women's division.
I'm gonna call her Icebox.
And the face off, she came in, did some amazing things. I love that she has the Brock Lesnar spot. She has amazing eyes.
What is that? Wait, never mind. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? The Diesel spot. Let's go back further. It was for the longest time the Diesel spot where she just goes in, clears house, eliminates people, makes people look stupid, and she came in and did that. And I was happy with her. And the moment when we'll talk about it in a sec when Jade Cargill comes out, it's great. Shotzi came out and Shotzi did Shotzi.
Shotzi gonna do
Becky
Shotzi.
Becky Lynch came out, had that great moment where she eliminated Chelsea Green when Chelsea Green was hanging on, and she just like undid her fingers and like waved at her like stop. Like she was just it was a pretty good bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Alba Fire, I think she's got a lot of talent, but yeah, that was interesting. Shayna Baszler, Shayna's just there doing shit, and I'm never unhappy to see Shayna Baszler. Are
No,
you?
she's great, man. No,
Yeah.
I thought, dude, like she did that one move that was so neat. It was when she would get someone up for a suplex, and then she would drop them so they would land in front of her, kind of, and then she would just catch them and choke as they fell in her, and then she just fall back and choke them. And I don't know why she doesn't do it anymore. She did it for like 10, like her first 10 matches, and I was like, that's such a sick finisher, dude. And then I don't know why she doesn't do it anymore. And I think she's just another one of those people who, like, she's just probably happy to have a job, and also gets to, she also is on Twitch.
Twitch, everybody's twitching. This next sequence was probably, I think he had 3 moments in the whole thing. R-Truth comes out. Valhalla comes out, but R-Truth comes out. And he starts looking around. He goes in there and he goes, "Where are the men at?" And it was a pretty funny, like it's like a no-brainer, but it was pulled off pretty well, I thought. What did you think about that whole thing with R-Truth?
It's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, he makes me laugh more than I wish he did. Like the snob in me wants to tell me this is dumb as shit.
Oh yeah, like
But it's so
I'll
funny
be over it.
though. Yeah, it's so
But
funny.
I think it's helped him that he's been out. But anything he does is really good. And
Yeah.
he had 3 moments. We'll get to the other two in the men's. And then Valhalla was pissed off because she goes in, gets eliminated right away in 5 seconds, and she's totally thrown off. And the best part was they followed him and Adam Pearce the whole way. And Adam Pearce is like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I thought this was the moment." It was really good. Um, Michin. What was her other name that she used to have? Maya Yim? Is that Maya Yim?
Maya Yim.
Yeah, because this Michin one is confusing to me. Michelin. She comes out. She's another one. Probably her and Zia Lee, which is the two Asian wrestlers. They're not, they should be doing more with them, and it just isn't happening for those two.
It's funny. It's like you can't have more than one group, but you can't have like too big of a group because then it's like you're trying to make some kind of statement. You can't have like all the Asian people in the same faction. It would look like, wait, hey, what's dude? As it is, I think that's like the cool thing about Bailey's group now is no one's really talking about it, but it's like there's like Kiwi, like 3 Asian ladies, and like just like Karen straight up like Target mom. And they don't ever say it because they, no one's ever bringing up the race thing or anything, but it's like that's why I think that works too, is that underlining like you don't belong here, but it's like backwards, it's like spun around the other way. It's kind of cool.
Man, you're dead on. Zoe Stark came out, did about 10 minutes, did a solid 10 minutes. Roxanne Perez came out, did a solid 9 minutes, 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, she's good, but I mean, how many like 5'2" chicks do we need that can do like Code Reds? I mean, but she's good though. I mean, she's like the best of that. She's like the top, like 2 or 3, definitely, right?
Yeah, they still got to take her to the next level. This little sugar cake. I'm not being diminishing. I'm just trying to say that the character is a little too.
She's a sugar cake. Is that what you call her? She's a sugar cake.
I'm talking about the gimmick, not
the
her.
Sugar Cake. Oh, dude, Sugar Cake's a great nickname, dude.
Yeah,
Sugar Cakes.
Ladies do not like to be called sugar cake. I want you to know that.
Yeah, well,
but it's just like the powder sugar gimmick, though. It's just
I can find out. What's up?
It's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out something. They kind of try to do it with Cora Jade when she came in, and then she took it over. Then Cora Jade was like, I'm hot and I've got arm tattoos and I'm sexy and then I'm mean.
Oh, and she's also one of those cool girls who like puts her hat sideways, because that's when you know that they mean business, dude. When it's backwards and sideways at like an 85 degree angle.
Well, that was Tony Storm
shenanigans, dude.
Remember, Tony Storm was all about wearing the weird studded hat and coming
stealing
out.
Mom's vodka, putting back water, act like it didn't happen.
Tony
like
Storm
a bad
had
girl.
the hot bro gimmick where she was like a hot chick, but she was just like one of the bros wearing a leather jacket and the hat backwards.
Yeah.
So Jade Cargill comes out, immediately makes impact.
Wait, so when she came out, did you pop?
I did, because I was like, oh.
We're gonna give her a microphone. Let's just have her shut this shit down right now. Give her a mic.
The ease in which she lifted Nia Jax is like burned in my head now. Did you see her? Because whenever they do that, it's like when God damn, I gotta get Lesnar out of my mind. When Cena lifted Big Show.
Yeah.
Because Lesnar would lift Big Show easily, but when Cena lifted Big Show, it's like that. That's what the women do when they try to lift Nia Jax, and she literally just went in and hoop. And you got to give her credit for that. It was an amazing moment. And then here's another one too, which has kind of been lost in the shift of all this. Is Tiffany Stratton had an amazing performance, and I know I'm a Tiffy fan.
Are you?
Yeah, you always get mad at me because I always bring her up. She's amazing.
She's just like so. I'm not into that look, dude. I'm not into that like.
It's like the opposite.
Like the best
of
looks that like science can buy. Like I'm not into it. Like I'm not.
Sorry that she takes care of herself and that she. But by the way, her moonsault is solid and her work was great.
Yeah. No, I mean she's definitely. I'm just not into that.
All right, fine. You're not
Kelly
attracted to her. I'm attracted to her. I don't think it's Kelly. It's like the next.
But that blonde,
she's solid. Yeah, but that's the gimmick. And I'm okay with the gimmick. You need every facet of life to be represented, and the privileged white bitch is and I say bitch because she's mean to
language.
People. She's mean to people.
Yeah.
But her elimination was memorable when she had Bianca Belair's hair.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was great. I just thought that final round of people in there, that last mass, was really solid. Then Liv Morgan came out. Everybody loves Liv Morgan. I'm not as big as a Liv Morgan fan, but
no, dude. She's like one step above I mean, she's like another dude. She's been doing what, 5 years? Yeah, dude. Look, she's as good as she is, and she is like married into one of the all-time like families of pro wrestling,
You're
and
talking Bo Dallas.
talent is not sexually transmitted. I don't know if you knew
I don't
that.
think she's. I don't think she's that bad, but people love her. That's fine. I
Oh,
thought
I
of.
I do think it's cool that she got caught with weed and then was just like, yeah, I was high. So what, dude? That was kind of
Well,
rad.
I saw a video with her and Tony Shalhoub the other day. I
Doing what?
respected it. They were at a Green Bay Packers playoff game
Just hanging out?
on the sidelines. Yeah, and
What a weird
apparently
mix.
he knew who she was, and she knew who he was, of course. And they took a picture together. It's weird. It's a random thing. I saw
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub getting onto the subway once.
Oh, really?
That was one of my first experiences in New York. One of the first like five.
Oh, what are your yeah, okay, side trip. What are your like 3 or 4 like sightings in New York? Because I was there for 5.5 years or 6 years.
The subway that I always take, home.
Yes.
I think it was the inline. Billy Gibbons
From
from
ZZ
ZZ
Top.
Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his beanie on and his full beard.
Oh, hell yeah,
And
dude.
I was like right behind him, and he was going through the whole thing like normal people.
You're all
Um,
looking
I
like a sharp dressed man.
I've had some weird experiences in New York, and I don't know if this counts too. This is a weird baseball story. I went to go see a Mets game, and I started roaming the stadium to see, just check it out. I was by myself. I had my backpack. Was wearing a BLS shirt. Ended up, I don't know how I did this. I don't know. I didn't like break in or anything. Ended up in like the administrative offices of the Mets at City Field,
Dude, you
right?
totally broke in. I
Did
mean,
not.
just because you open up a door that's like all lights are turned off in there,
I didn't
I don't
open
think
any door.
I don't think it's legal.
I got off the right elevator and into the crazy spot and everything. So and normal, the reason this is different from a normal, like if you see a ball player in a luxury suite or something, you expect that. But so I'm walking around, but then I'm getting nervous because nobody's in there. And I'm like, I'm wearing a BLS shirt. I do not look like I work for the Mets. And I said, I got to get out of here. Finally find an elevator out. I get in, next floor, Bobby Bonilla comes in,
Oh,
stands there. And I'm a big Bobby Bonilla fan.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean, this is circa 2011, 2012, right? And I'm like, oh. And I nod at him, and he looks at me. He nods. And then he looks at me a little bit. He knows I'm not supposed to be there, but I'm not being a weirdo, so we're cool, right? Because it's not like I can say, "Hey, Mr. Bonilla, can I get a picture with you?" Because I'll probably get arrested. And even though it wasn't my fault, I'm gonna get in trouble, right? I don't want to risk it. Big fear about getting put in jail. So I'm standing right next to him, just kind of looking
Yeah,
at
well,
him.
stop breaking in the office buildings
I
at stadiums,
didn't
dude.
break in. I got lost in there. I'm looking at him, staring at him. All right, everything's cool. So we finally get to the last floor, the ground level. Door opens. Daryl Strawberry
Shut
is
up.
comes in there,
Shut
or
up.
is about to go in there, but Bobby Bonilla is, of course, leaving out. And he goes, Straw? And Strawberry goes, Bo? And they start hugging. They're like, I haven't seen you. Like they haven't seen each
Oh,
other since they played together.
oh, wow.
So this is like a big
Right in
deal, a
front of
moment,
you.
and they're hugging. And I'm standing there, and Strawberry's got like an agent or some sort of management, maybe it's with the Mets, and he's looking at me and he's like, "Who are you?" And so I watch for a second. And they're like, "Man, I haven't seen you in so long, blah blah." And I'm standing there for about like 5 seconds, and then I'm noticing that guy looking at me, and I just say, "Excuse me," and I walk by, and the door's right there, and I take off, and I'm like, holy crap, that was
Wow.
awesome. Isn't
That
that
was
weird?
awesome.
It's such
Yeah.
a weird story. It's a nothing story.
No, no, no. It's cool though.
It's a nothing story, but it's so cool. And yeah, I saw them. I think there's probably a couple other ones, but I've forgotten about. Oh,
Oh, dude, I saw
go ahead.
I saw Billy Crudup from Almost Famous. in like
Nice.
2000. It was like right when I got there. Like it was like 2012. I've never seen anyone. I mean, okay, so I've never seen anyone that like handsome like that in person. Because like we were we just like walked past each other, and he had on like earbuds and like a beanie, and I was just like his cheekbones, dude. I was all, and then I was like, dude, like that dude is strikingly handsome, and he's like the second banana to Tom Cruise, dude. Like, what fucking chance do I have in this business, dude? If Billy Crudup is like third runner up, dude, and he's like a dreamboat, dude, like strikingly handsome. And then I saw Daniel Day Lewis.
You just kept looking at his crotch because you saw Watchmen when he was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
just like, was that real? Was it prosthetic?
No, is that your real blue schlong? Come on now, you can tell me. You can tell me. Come on now, Billy.
Was that a prosthetic or yeah? Go ahead.
So did you really jump off that roof? Nah, it happened really fast. But the one that was crazy was Daniel Day Lewis, dude, over by St. Mark's Circle. It was like a few months after like Lincoln, and he either was going for an Oscar or he was already done it or whatever. So he was like in everyone's mind. And I just remember I was like walking, and this guy was walking, like it was like a big sidewalk. So like there was lots of room between us, and he was on my left side. And he looked like this like schlubby dude and matching. I don't like matching sweatsuits. It kind of like creeps me out, dude. I hate it. It's like a thing. But he was wearing all gray, and he's like a tall dude, and he was really thin. And I just remember I looked and my eyes went like, because I just saw Lincoln, dude, and I was like, and I kind of do this thing, and dude, this is how good of an actor he is, dude. He shot me one look. It was a half a second long, and it said, "Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm excited that you're excited. Please don't ask me for a fucking photo, and please don't let everyone else know that I'm walking on the sidewalk right now." It is with one glance, dude. It was so warm, like he gave me the warmest look ever, but it's also like, don't do it, dude. And I'm like, and I kind of like, I gave him like a little baby, little, like, oh,
I think they
it's our secret. It. Yeah, dude, I should have said that. I should have yelled out, "It's our secret." Shh.
And I love
voted for you, sir.
I love There Will Be Blood, so I would have been like, I've abandoned my
child. Dude, I was overwhelmed because I just saw Lincoln. And I was like, yeah, I was overwhelmed. But dude, that's how good of an actor. Dude, literally, he shot me one warm glance, dude, and I was like, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. So, what were you gonna say? You had one too.
I was drinking in Alphabet City, and with some friends, and I walked by, the guy that plays David on Roseanne, Big Bang Theory guy, the one
John Galecki or Galecki. Yeah. Yes,
he's the one that was engaged to the girl that was in Penny. And then also, I was riding the subway home, and the lady across from me, I was looking at, I said, "Why do you look familiar?" And then I realized it was the friend from Grace Under Fire. Remember that show with what's her name?
Yeah.
What is her name?
With Brett Butler.
Brett Butler, and then she played the mom in the Transformers movies. She was the mom of Shia LaBeouf. So
okay, I can't think of her name, but
there's been like moments where like that, and I've just had to be cool. And then on top, that's not even counting because my job at the time, I met a bunch of celebs, but they were there for promotional stuff. So
yeah. I saw someone walking out of a gym, dude, and I was like, who was it? I see people like that all the time over by the gym. But yeah, all right.
Warren G at a bodega, by the way. Warren G at a bodega.
No. Oh, I saw Peter Sarsgaard on the subway, and he has like one of the biggest heads I've ever seen in my whole life, dude.
Which Sarsgaard is that one?
He's the one who's married to Maggie Gyllenhaal. He was the one that was in Jarhead. He was that
guy.
Yeah. He's been tons of he's a great actor, dude.
I was thinking there's like the True Blood guy, and then there's the guy from the Thor movies that was also in that what was it? Remember that what was Sieg Larsson movie, the girl with the dragon tattoo? Remember the killer?
Yes, yeah.
There's Skarsgårds, is it? Or is Sarsgaard or
Oh,
Skarsgård?
you're thinking of Alexander, and then yeah, no, there's I think one Skarsgård and one is like spelled differently. Yeah, because the one is like they are Norwegian, and then the one I was talking about is Maggie Gyllenhaal's husband. So he's white as fuck.
Oh, I almost forgot this one, and this one's I shouldn't forget because this was the height. This is real New
All
York
right,
stuff, and then we'll go to the next Rumble.
bring it home, Vic. Bring it home.
Derek Jeter's ex-girlfriend from Friday Night Lights. What's her name? I used to know it.
Oh,
What is her name? Because I knew
she
it.
played Autumn in 500 Days of Summer. I'm stalling because I hear her name was right at the tip of my. I know exactly. As soon as you say it, I'm going to know exactly who it is. Darn it, dude. Darn it, dude.
What is it? Oh, Minka Kelly. That was
Minka Kelly. Minka Kelly, yeah.
God. And I went into this restaurant and she saw me and she knew I recognized her. And she did that whole look like, please don't do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, nod. And I'm like, you're so hot. I wish I was Derek Jeter. Beautiful.
Audio only.
Audio only.
All night long, all night, all
She was
night, all
she's
night. Oh, dude, that's
she's amazing.
funny. Like we were gonna go on, but I just realized I saw the other Yankee walking down the street with his girlfriend. I was walking from a Super Bowl party at Scores Gentlemen's Club. No, it was when I was doing like some like social media for him. So I was hosting events for those people, and they had like a Super Bowl party. So we went to it. I was walking to Subway, but it was like a long walk, so I was dialed in, and I saw this lady coming, like pink knit hat, pink jacket, and this tall dude, and I was like, she looks really familiar. And it was instantly like, she looks older than I saw her last. Like, who is that? And then I like turned around and I was like, her boyfriend's huge. And I was like, oh, dude, it was Cameron Diaz and David Justice, dude. Or wait, no, Cameron Diaz and Alex A-Rod.
Oh yeah,
He's big, dude.
she's with the guy from Good Charlotte now. That was a long time ago too.
Yeah, that was, I forget what Super Bowl, but yeah, he's I just remember I was like, yeah, and she's really tiny and he's big. All right, dude.
When was the last time you were at a strip club, by the way?
Memory lane. Whoa, we're not having this conversation. Although I'll tell you, the last time that my friends wanted me to was a couple of weeks ago in Sacramento, and we nipped that shit in the bud real quick. Nah, I'm not. Last time I went to a strip club.
It's a waste of money, and
probably probably when I was in Portland. You
shouldn't go when you're sober, by the way, either. That's so.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't go not sober either, dude. If you want to hold on to your money. But
it used to be fun, but I went unsober and it was really sad.
I think of Portland like 7 years ago. And I was weirded out because the girl who working at the door had like 1 million Instagram followers. And like everyone was talking about the girl working at the door like before we went in. And I was like, wait, what? And then it was as advertised. And then I was like, you should put the hottest girl in the whole city at the front door at a strip club. You know what I mean? Because no one's gonna be able to follow that, dude. It was like,
she's no Minka Kelly though.
No,
Minka Kelly. All right, men's Royal Rumble here. We started off. This is what people love and we're waiting for with the Uso showdown with Jay and Jimmy Uso. And were you?
Oh yes, with that? Number one and number two. It was obvious. I mean, as soon as the one came out, like I wasn't like, oh, it was like that. I didn't pop like I did when I was 13 and Axe came out and they're all, who's number two? And then here comes the Axe, here comes the Smasher. Dude, Axe and Smash, that was dope. And they were kind of, and then they just started beating the shit. That was cool when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
So it didn't really capture that kind of magic, but.
Did they ever do the Steiner brothers against each other?
No, because I don't think that's like one of those teams of brothers that you never want to see them. You don't want to see them fight.
By the way, not to go on another side to rip, but you know what they need to do? Because they test everything in NXT that I kind of want to see happen. It wasn't like the greatest concept because it's hard to justify. Battle Bowl. Remember Battle Bowl?
Is that the one with like
they had a
rings?
lottery? They had a lottery
and like 3 rings, right?
No, that's World War III.
Oh yes, okay, I know.
No, that's another one we need to see is World War III. That was their version of their answer to the Rumble was World War III.
3 rings, a 3-ring battle royal with
No, it wasn't
60
a bad.
people. Dude, you think that we're talking about how they stretch for the women? Imagine WCW in '98 trying to get 60 dudes that are
The funniest
like
thing about
credible.
that is one of the rings would kind of start to clear out, and then the other one, and then they would start combining them. At some point, they were like, "All right, we've got enough people. Let's combine it to the one ring over here." It was just a weird. I was even a weirder concept. Battle Bowl is they did a lottery, even if you were a
Yes.
tag team,
Yep.
and whoever you pull
Random
is
teams,
your
right?
partner. And
Yep.
you could have a good guy or a bad guy. And then I think maybe that's why I was thinking the Steiner brothers. I think one time they had to fight each other because
Oh, they did.
the winning team would go into the battle royal at the end and then win the battle bull ring. Before by the way, everything on we'll get into Dynamite and AEW later, but everything on there is stolen.
Dude,
The
we don't have to talk
Dynamite
about
ring,
AEW at all, dude.
the Dynamite ring is basically Battle Bull, the Battle Bull ring.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so
Because he's a
I'm gonna
mark.
I'm gonna run through this a little quicker. Grayson Waller comes out. Grayson Waller's a good hand. Andrade, who now is signed with Raw, comes out.
Dude,
That's a big surprise, but we
he got
knew
a
that was
good
coming.
he got a good pop when he
He
took
did.
off his helmet. It was awesome. His helmet,
I
his mask. And we took off it. He had a little helmet.
I liked how the other Mexican faction, Legado del Fantasma, what's his name, Santos Escobar, came up to him, was trying to get him to do the salute, and he was just like, "No, no, no. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not done dealing with you." There's like two Mexican factions. There's the LWO and then the Santos Escobar Legado
And
del
who's
Fantasma.
gonna get the Filipino in the separation? That's what I want to know. Who's gonna? Where is a Filipino gonna go?
They moved Electra Lopez to the bad guys, with Santos again, and it's gonna work, hopefully. Carmelo Hayes comes out,
He's
and
good, dude.
he is really good.
Yeah. He's good.
Shinsuke came out and had a pretty good showing.
Yeah.
Santos Escobar comes out. Karrion Kross did better than he did in the last Rumble. He comes out. Dirty Dominic Mysterio comes out. Then we got Carlito, who didn't do jack. Bobby Lashley comes out. He and Karrion Kross go at it. He eliminates Karrion Kross, pushes their thing forward.
Karrion Kross is like DOA, man. Dude, Vince McMahon screwed that guy up so bad, dressing him up like a little weirdo.
I think I think he's gonna rebound though, and I'm hoping he does because I think he's a solid heel. And did you see the T-shirt design for the Final Testament?
No,
It's pretty cool.
really.
And
All
it's
right.
pretty simple. It's like a cross that turns into an F.
Oh,
Just,
really?
I think people are gonna get behind the merch. Watch. One sec here. What's driving me nuts?
What is the shirt called again?
Well, the group's called the Final Testament.
Oh, okay.
You'll see. I like it. So Ludwig Kaiser comes out, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, solid for the most part. Cody Rhodes comes out at 15. Big Bronson Reed comes
Cody
out.
Rhodes came out. Hold on, dude. You got to give it the proper. He came out and that place went
Oh, they went
goddamn,
bananas.
dude,
They
bananas. By
they
the way,
were pretty much it was I think majority was on Cody over Punk.
yeah, and the audience was also kind of lame, dude. Right?
A little
Like they
bit.
didn't like really, yeah. It felt like more people who were going because it was like in the paper than like fans. I don't know. It felt like I mean they popped at the stuff that they had to pop at, but Cody got a monster reaction, dude.
So Bronson Reed comes in, by the way, and we'll talk about him in a second when we talk about who eliminated him.
I'm a huge fan of him, dude.
I think so too. I think there's potential there, and I'm glad they re-signed him because that was a mistake. And they need
Yeah.
someone like that body type, everything. He's got this natural disasters thing, and it's pretty good. Kofi Kingston comes out. We don't get that Kofi moment this year, which is good because I think it kind of played itself out. Gunther comes out at number 18. Ivar comes out. Okay. And then Braun Breaker, apparently the rumor is that he basically did all the spots that were meant for Brock Lesnar.
Every single spot that they had, laid out for Brock Lesnar.
The difference is you'd expect it from Lesnar, but Breaker was amazing in this
Dude, he
thing.
kicks, dude. He kills, dude.
He kills, and I think he should again.
Did you know he can run 23 miles an hour in the ring? Like he's clocked at 23 miles an hour, dude, in the ring. Like when he's run the ropes.
I know they're going to try to get some more Samoans, but I think you could justify Braun Breaker being in the bloodline, but that's my thing. So then Omos. All right, well, we'll talk about that later. Omos comes out.
Interesting.
We haven't seen him in forever. He comes out, MVP comes out with him, and he has this big stare down with Braun Breaker. Then Pat McAfee gets called in, does a comedy bit. It was okay for what it was. I thought it was kind of stupid, but
yeah. So he like went in the ring and then was like scared and then like walked out. Well, it climbed over and then walked out, right?
Right. And you knew something quick was going to happen with him because he wasn't dressed for that whole thing like he normally is. He didn't have the sequin studded tank top.
No, he wasn't even he wasn't even warmed up.
So then Braun and almost eliminates Braun Breaker, which is amazing. They let that happen. Almost also he was eliminated by Braun Breaker. He was. Almost did eliminate. I thought he eliminated Big Bronson Reed. We looked at here. Yeah, he did eliminate Bronson Reed, but if you look at it, Bronson Reed basically threw himself over the rope like it was one of those bad. But you can't get them all. JD McDonough came out, and then
he's got a big noggin.
And this is the second of the three highlights, in my opinion. I'll tell you the third in a second. R-Truth comes out. And believe it or not, which they made a joke about, we got a hot tag in the Royal Rumble. And the only guy that can pull it off is R-Truth. And it was the stupidest, dumbest thing ever, even just saying that, but it was hilarious. The hot tag for Dominic Mysterio. And the crowd got into that one.
Yeah.
The third moment, I'll tell you in a second here. So The Miz comes out. That's good. Damian Priest comes in and immediately goes to R-Truth and just clocks him and then gets rid of him. And that was the third moment because that was like shocking to me the way that was handled. He came in, he says, "I'm not playing around," and he just clocked him.
Yes.
But so that was three good moments for Truth. Then number 27, CM Punk comes out, big cheer, starts doing his thing. People were saying that he looked old. People were saying that he looked out of shape. What say you?
He looked like he was doing more weights, I think. I mean, he looked a little softer, but it's just because I don't know, he's 45, dude.
Oh yeah.
like he's so I mean, yeah.
Well, he hasn't wrestled. How long has it been since
he did? I did notice that he looked really, 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 really like slow the last bit, but now it makes sense because of what happened.
How long has it been since that Wembley event?
September 2, 4. Yeah.
5 months off is going to do that to you.
5 months. And he's 45.
Ricochet came out and afterwards, and Ricochet was whatever. Drew McIntyre came out. We'll talk about Drew McIntyre in a sec, too. I know I keep saying that, but that's it. And then the last big surprise was Sami Zayn came back at the number 30 spot, went straight after Drew McIntyre. So we navigate through this match, and I think the women had a more memorable ending and last bunching. We navigate through this thing. It was at one point it's Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn, Punk, and Cody, right? That was the last four?
Yep.
And then it comes down to CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. And I think it was about 70% Cody and 30% CM Punk. And and it was a nice finish. But we learned on Raw the next day. Cody got his moment. And what I liked the most about the ending, which we'll talk about the aftermath because it kind of screwed it up, was he went straight for Roman. He was pointing at Roman.
Yeah.
There's no, I'm guessing it. And then they negated that the next day. And we'll get into why, apparently. But CM Punk, I didn't get any texts. I didn't happen to be on the internet. So I turned on the Raw and saw it fresh that CM Punk comes out with a damn
Oh
sling on.
no.
I was surprised. So he hurt himself in the match. He tore his tricep.
He tore his right tricep. I believe doing the taking the double arm DT from Drew McIntyre.
And this is a sequence that is amazing to me. CM Punk comes out, gives a great, amazing, top level, again, proves why he's one of the best in the world. Promo.
Oh, on Raw? Yeah, dude. Yeah.
And then Drew McIntyre comes out, and everybody's expecting him to be a dud. And
well, dude, you kind of like CM Punk was in tears.
Oh, yeah, he was crying.
Yeah.
He was like, emotional. He was upset. And he's had a string of bad luck going back to the AEW run with the injuries. This isn't anything new, and worst timing ever. But amazing promo. I'm already looking forward to him coming back and that being the story for WrestleMania 41. But then Drew McIntyre comes in, and I didn't know what to expect. I thought he was going to give like a sympathetic thing,
right?
And
right.
And this is the Drew McIntyre we've all been waiting for. He killed it. That whole prayer line, I'm not a religious man, but I've been praying this would happen, that you would hurt your, I
prayed for this. I prayed for this.
It was
dude.
So cold-blooded.
So cold-blooded. So mean to say. The dude was crying in front of the audience, and you're going to come out and dude, bravo.
And then I didn't think they were going to let it get as physical as they did, and they did, and it was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I was trying to look at it because someone said it was the wrong arm, maybe. I don't know, but
whatever. I don't think it was.
I mean, he was super safe with him, dude. He was super safe. I mean, you're not gonna,
But you couldn't tell looking at that, and I thought it was a good sequence.
By the way, that's the same move that happened to Drew McIntyre when he did his arm against Andrade. The double arm suplex. Same exact thing. So he probably knew exactly. Yeah. Oh, that video of Punk outside the ring, dude, when he's all just holding onto his shoulder and he's just making a face. And you can just tell he's like, God damn it, dude.
Well, we've had some injuries. We'll talk about some other injuries here coming up, but I thought
how good was Drew though, dude? Seriously, right?
And
this is the best he's done ever. This is it. This is the best.
Meltzer's been reporting that he's not re-signed up, and it's weird, but I don't think you start playing this angle for later for the end of the year without him being signed up.
He'd be a moron, dude. Why would you where would you go now?
I could see Drew McIntyre and Punk main eventing next year's WrestleMania. I think it'll end up coming up before then, but I could be happy with that. And I was really happy. It's new blood. It's just been going really, really well. And I was I'm going to tell you this. People are saying it cheapened the whole thing, but so now it throws in an audible because we expected CM Punk to be in this thing with Seth Rollins.
Yep.
Rollins is hurt too. We don't know yet if he's 100% for WrestleMania. And Cody's about to give his thing running down Roman, and instead Rollins comes out and makes his case for him to wrestle for the World Heavyweight Championship instead. And I say finish the story. I know it sounded compelling and everybody was into it, but
no, you got to go to Roman, dude.
Yeah, you got to do the Roman match.
Yeah. No, I just felt they just probably did that just to kind of figure out what they're going to do for the next couple of weeks, I think.
Right. 1 sec. Well, I thought it was a solid Raw. I thought Damian Priest, they went through that. They're trying to clearly it's going to be the Miz and R-Truth versus Judgment Day for the tag titles now.
So
That's what I
dumb.
that's what I got. But I could be happy with that if they do it right. They kind of dragging the Miz along, you know. But the Miz is starting to get in that. I'm calling it the Dolph Ziggler territory now, where it's like he's been around enough that you kind of maybe need a change of scenery for a while.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with that. I thought it was a solid Raw. Andrade signed with Raw. Um, I'm trying to remember what else happened, but there was so much happening in the main event scene that I don't know if it's worth going over that just yet. Did you watch NXT?
Yes, I did.
How over is Trick Williams?
Oh my God, dude.
They love him.
I was like, dude, for some reason, my old white people thing, I thought that Whip That Trick was like, I thought like, I thought Trick was a prostitute. So I was like, wait, are they cheering Whip That? And then I had to Google it. I had to go to the old urban dictionary and Google it. And no, it means it does not mean punching a prostitute. So carry on, audience. I was worried for a minute, dude.
Is
I was
that
like,
from?
what does that mean?
I thought it was from Hustle and Flow from that song by 3 6 Mafia.
Whoop
Whoop
that
that
trick.
trick. Hard
I think
out
it means
here for a pimp.
like kill it. I think is all it means. I think.
Huh? The trick
Yeah, he's
trick
over
Mel.
though, dude. He is over. And then they're doing that cool angle. They're doing like I like the slow build with Carmelo and Trick too. It's cool.
Yeah, I want to see how that turns out. I'm kind of in agreement with you that I don't believe that it's ready. They're ready to take that belt off of Dragunov, but I want to see how that everything turns out. I kind of get the feeling that he's gonna win with Mello, and then Mello's gonna screw him out of the main title,
Oh, interesting.
and then it's gonna be weird between them.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
gonna be like,
dude, did you watch that video of like Punk going to NXT on like Thursday or Friday? He went there to like to like roll with Brian Pillman Jr., Carmelo, Trick, and one other person, and they did like a super hard like workout. And then I watched it. I'm like, oh, dude, did those young guys hurt? Fucking hurt that old CM Punk, dude. They had him do like all these things, and like CM Punk was even like, oh, I haven't done this kind of training in like 10 years, and it's like, then the next day he gets injured. I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be working out with a 25-year-olds.
I think it was just a freak thing, man. His stuff is
But how
coming
many
along.
times, dude? God damn, dude.
Sometimes you get on a run like that. I think he just needs to. The problem with him is that it's been start, stop, start, stop. And I know you're like, well, that's the injuries, but I also just think it's the fact that he took so long off of wrestling.
Yeah.
That he mentioned his UFC run, by the way, which was kind of
Dude, that if you're ever gonna do it, say it when you're crying and you're injured and your heart is broken, dude.
yeah.
Because what a way to say it, dude. Because now he said it, he made fun of it, but he was like, and that's it. We don't need to say it ever again, dude.
So we had a good time with the WWE this week, besides other stuff, and then we get to yesterday or Wednesday nights, or was it January 31st, Dynamite.
Wednesday night, you know what that means?
And yeah, it was pretty,
AE done. AE done. AE done.
it was not good. And I was mad because I forgot that Prince Nana got hurt and they left him off the show to sell it. And I wanted to
Oh
swerve when I
no,
drive.
that's what was missing, dude.
I think so because I did not swerve when I drive.
Oh
I
my
drove
God.
straight through and I stopped at the stoplights and everyone was like, "What's wrong, Vic?" And I said, "I can't swerve when I drive unless Prince Nana isn't there, man.
Swerve when I drive.
Swerve when I drive." And
Oh
they
man, Nana was in there. That's right. Son of a bitch.
they open up with and Hangman had a good match with Tangaloa. and that was
Yeah,
fine.
hold on a second, dude. I have notes on this horse shit, dude.
Go ahead.
Dude,
Go
why
ahead.
was the first match 23 minutes long, dude? Jeff Hardy versus
Oh
oh,
yeah, I forgot about that match. Oh my
dude,
god,
23 minutes long, dude. 23 minutes, dude.
I zone out when Moxley's on there.
Moxley and dude to open up the show, man.
Moxley starts a fight with okay. He does his long ass walkout. He's just moving his neck like this the whole time, getting all gritty. Apparently, the I almost called him the Bullet Club. The Blackpool Combat Club's not there. It's only him. And then he, for some reason, the wrestlers of CMLL are there. So I guess are they done promoting AAA and dealing with AAA anymore?
Yeah, dude. Like way to like have a bunch of Mexican dudes with masks on wearing suits. Like it's not on the other channel, dude. They're called the Lucha fucking suits. It's like, dude, why would dude, why would you do like, dude, they already
It was
oh.
just so he goes
So
in,
it's like
has that.
23 minutes to sit through that for that angle, dude. That's why I was like mad. I'm like,
Here's my mental note of it is like I'm tired of seeing nearly 50-year-old Jeff Hardy do the same shtick, same gimmick. He came out with Matt,
and
and
now
he
he's killing people. Dude, when he lands it, dude, have you seen dude? Like when he lands his Swanton now, he doesn't like he used to take it on himself. Now
yeah.
he just squashes them. He's like, I'm too old to land on my hip. You can fuck off. And he just lands, he's just like, it doesn't look safe.
They still do the same hand thing, and they, I don't understand this. It's like, oh well, we can get access to your original music, and it's like they got the same music. It's like the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys used to mean something and everything, but now it's just such a dud. And now he's getting edgy. He's
Because they
mad.
can't go, man.
He gave him the FU with the Hardy thing like that. He's like,
Yeah, yeah.
tinkle, 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 tinkle. It just, it was lame. Then
Yeah, so they're
Moxley,
gonna do like
yeah.
another, he's gonna turn to it's like they're gonna do a new thing now with
Did we
him.
ever have a heel Hardy group? Did we have
Dude,
the heel Hardys?
no, but yeah, do they try? Remember when like Matt Hardy was like trying to rip off his like
Well, Matt was a heel for a little bit.
yeah, when Matt was trying to rip off people like on camera and then he's like looking at the camera and it's like, dude, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like they're gonna watch this video later. Like there's no credibility. There's yeah.
It really just was not fun, and then when do they shake
23 goddamn minutes, dude.
when do they shake hands and they don't shake hands? Like, that's the whole thing. I thought the Bullet Club, sometimes they're mad, they don't shake hands, then they shake hands. Like, when are they doing Ring of Honor rules and all this stuff? They don't shake Eddie King's. Doesn't make any. I don't know what their logic is.
No, I think it's like a thing on the indies sometimes. I think you like shake your homie's hand or something.
Well, I don't like it. All right. So here's the other thing. Oh my God.
Hold on. So after that bullshit match, then was
Then CML luchadors come up and attacked him
yes.
because he disrespected them in the crowd.
Well, yeah, but dude, if you're in the ring, okay, you're in the ring and you have a match, right?
Yeah.
And then when you look out in the crowd and you see Mexican dudes with real fancy like cartel suits wearing masks, you're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, dude, Moxie's a moron, but his reaction was warranted in this case.
I just was not interested. Then you had Hangman had this long ass match with
Jesus.
Tonga Lao, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, but 15 minutes for a guy who they've never pushed, there's never.
Well, they haven't had him lose though, so I was okay with that. But then he had his big surprise, and he's like, "Hey, I got a big surprise for you." At least he gave him someone relevant, and he's like, "Up, swerve, it's RVD," and it's a hardcore match, and it was just like, and then Hook comes out, and
Yeah, RVD's old too, dude.
RVD is very old. He's older than the friggin' how old is RVD?
This was not a good week for anyone over 40 or 45.
Well, RVD still moves and everything, and that's great, but RVD is 53 years old.
Yeah, he's old, dude. You can't
You,
like.
you know what's funny?
Although he laid his shit in on that one spinning leg helicopter kick thing.
Oh yeah.
Even dude, Joe had the funniest face, dude. Joe was just like, "Oh shit!" Like that was real. That was real. That was real funny. But yeah, you're right though. You're right.
You know what's really weird is that the Young Bucks gimmick where they confronted Darby Allin about why are you with an old 63 something? It's kind of and I know they're playing with the whole thing, but it's kind of like making the point against them, against AEW, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, why are you got all these old people here? What is, I'm sorry, but your challenge to Swerve is to bring out Rob Van Dam. And yeah, he's fighting in a hardcore match, and he does hardcore things, but it's not like he's bringing Terry Funk out and Terry Funk's got like a million weapons and slam. Like that's different. RVD's doing the spinning kicks and everything, but he's clearly not even 43-year-old RVD. This is 53-year-old
yeah,
RVD.
yeah.
I'm just trying to be cool to RVD. I just some
Oh
of these
no,
guys,
no. Yeah. It's
some
not
of these
his
guys.
fault, dude. I mean, if someone offered you that money to fly out there, you do it.
Then they have the same shenanigans with look, I don't want we don't have to go into each detail of the thing, but here's the thing. After the show, the big announcement was
well, can we
we'll go into go ahead.
Wardlow. Wardlow was had some kind of injury in the match.
Oh yeah, because he's fighting another luchador, Commander.
Yeah, he's the one who walks
It
on the
looks like,
ropes and takes like a minute to balance, and then it looks goddamn ridiculous.
and he was saying I'm fine, but apparently they think he tore his
Oh,
MCL.
dude, he was not fine.
No, he
Dude,
wasn't.
I've never seen anyone not stay in character that much. As soon as the match was over, he was like, "Fuck!" and he was he was like grabbing his leg. He went in the corner. He had his head like in the corner, and
Then
someone
they
came up to him like, "Dude, we got to do our bit now." And he was just like, "Dude, I'm not." And then it was Matt Taven, and then Mike Bennett. He walked over to him, and it was the same thing. He's just like, "Dude, I'm fucked." And so they kind of, and then he just went outside the ring, and then so they covered for him. They're like, "Oh, he's protecting us."
Adam Cole.
Yeah, Adam Cole. Yeah,
How non-over is the Undisputed Kingdom and Adam Cole now? They killed
as
all.
non-over as you can be, as
He,
non-over.
he was more over being injured and being MJF's buddy. I really wish MJF had showed up at the Rumble. Save MJF should be the thing.
No, dude, he was. I mean, I was kind of hoping, but
Yeah,
but
no.
it turns out he's been off because he was making a film.
Well, it is really interesting how uninteresting that is, even the women's stuff. And here's the other thing too. So they released the rankings. Tony Khan's big, we're bringing back the rankings, which they haven't had for a while. And I'm gonna run through these. Let me know if this makes any sense at all. Okay. So Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston, they all have men's belts.
Yes.
Joe being the main muchacho there. Number one contender, Swerve and Hangman. Okay, that makes sense. Adam Copeland, number 3. John Moxley, number 4. And Roderick Strong, number 5. I don't know how Roderick Strong got up there, just because probably his gimmick, and they've been setting up to that. So no surprise there. But I don't know how this. You have 4 belts there, then you've got 5 contenders. 2 of them are engaged in Samoa Joe's whole thing, and Adam Copeland's obviously fighting Christian Cage. Moxley, I don't know why he's on there. Roderick Strong supposedly wants Orange Cassidy, right? So, I mean, I don't know what that means for Eddie Kingston, but so it doesn't make any sense the way the rankings are, because you can't just do the rankings like if one goes to the main champ, number 2 goes to what, the TNT champ. It doesn't make any sense to me. I digress. Maybe I'm trying to make too much sense of things.
Dude, you spent way more time thinking about it than they have.
But it just doesn't make any sense. The women's champions. So it's Timeless Tony Storm and then the TBS champ, Julia Hart. Deonna Purrazzo's been there like 2 weeks. She's the number one contender.
Really?
And number two is Thunder Rosa, who's been back and in like tag matches mainly. She's the number two contender. Sheeta's up there. Sky Blue's number four. And Mariah May, who's Timeless Tony Storm's like had a couple matches as Timeless Tony Storm's like sidekick, is number five. And again, it's like, oh, we want to make it feel real. How real does this feel? You know?
Yeah, no.
But it gets even more hilarious. So the tag team champions, number one contenders, Sting and Darby Allin. What have they done to earn that spot? We don't know. Number two, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. We haven't been seeing it forever.
Wait, what?
That's right. John Silver, the Dark Order.
God damn it! They finally got their due, dude.
Number three, this is the tag team champion contenders. Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. Okay. They've been wrestling as a tag team a little bit, sure. Four, Private Party. Okay, they're establishing themselves. Fine, that makes a little sense. Five, Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta. What happened to Chuck Taylor? What happened to Best Friends?
Dude. Who cares?
It doesn't make sense. Then we go to the trios, which is funny. The Acclaimed and Daddy Ass. Number one contenders, Bullet Club Gold. Will they hold the ROH ones? Okay, I can see that. After that is the Hardys and Mark Briscoe are the number two contenders for the trios. When have they been tagging together? The Hardys and Mark Briscoe.
Did they just put Mark Briscoe because his brother died and they think he needs like a brother right now and they just threw him in?
I think he tagged with the Hardys once and
you don't have a brother. Here's two brothers. Why don't you just jump on with him?
Dark Order's number three. FTR.
Oh my God.
FTR and Daniel Garcia are number four. They've been like together like the last 2 weeks too. And House of Black is number five. And Meltzer's been making a big deal because he's saying it's a matter of time before Malachi Black and Buddy Murphy go back to WWE. They should take Brody King with them as well. I bet you the Brody King becomes a monster over there. I bet you the House of Black would be amazing over there. So these rankings actually do the opposite of add reality to it. They're just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, all they're doing is that it's like what they need storyline.
Are you into anything like this? Is again, no. I don't try to be mean here, but are you into this Sting, Darby Allin, Ricky Starks, Big Bill?
I don't
thing?
give a shit.
Do you care about Sting and Darby versus?
I love Starks, dude, and I'm also cheering for Bill, but that whole it's just lame. I don't care. And the thing with the Young Bucks, it shocked me because I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. Like they didn't bug me as much as I thought they would in their new character thing, but I'm still not optimistic. And do you know that place yesterday? It only had 2,000 people.
Oh,
they only sold 2,000 tickets, dude. Under 2,000.
They're in Austin on Valentine's Day, and I'm thinking about if I can get a $10 ticket and sit ringside, which might be possible at this point. I don't know.
Dude, if I didn't have a show, I would take you there for Valentine's Day, buddy.
It would be a date, my friend.
Dude, a nice $10 date.
So it would be great. I don't understand all these things. They've killed Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland has killed the Christian Cage momentum.
He's dead. The whole thing's they're dead.
Orange Cassidy and
who cares about him?
Eddie Kingston hasn't been on TV in 3 weeks.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like if I didn't have to watch it so we could talk about it, I definitely would not have sat through it because I was like,
I'm hoping
it was a real bad episode, dude. It was like.
I'm hoping they do something about it. They haven't. It hasn't been fun or anything. I think the worst thing that could happen is they go to London again. I think London's a bad idea on two fronts. They go to London and they do a great sellout, and it's a false sense of security, and they continue the course. They go to London, nobody shows up, and it's not good for them and not good for wrestling. But this stuff is just going, and it's only a matter of time. Even the Tony Storm stuff, I'm starting to watch it now, and it's like they're laughing so much about it. Sometimes it like less is more. It's like with our truth right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
they
the
probably could have
announcers
got.
on Dynamite do a really bad job of laughing and like making fun of it, because like on SmackDown or Raw, they definitely will be like, they over laugh at stuff like, oh, it's like, dude, nothing's that funny. But on AEW, they like start cracking inside jokes and shit, and it's kind of seems unprofessional.
It is. It's just not good. It's not a good idea. You're not highlighting the
Yeah,
positive.
it was
It's
not.
like
It's not good.
they're serving. I think they're learning now. They're serving a small audience, and all the hot angles and all the hot stars now are on WWE.
Eh.
Now they're facing real competition. They got in when WWE was in trouble, and everybody was like, "Vince is stale. This is all just not going right." And now the WWE is running on full cylinders. They got money behind them. They're doing a bunch of crazy things. You know, that we forget. And again, I think Tony Khan gets caught up in his own thing. It's amazing you sold out Wembley, but they sold out that Cardiff show, without even trying.
Yeah.
They have a huge show in Perth, Australia, and it's gonna be like on air. What time is Elimination Chamber on air? It's
Oh yeah, that's
some
right.
sort of ridiculous.
They're like
It's
way ahead of us, right?
oh yeah, it's like the showtime is gonna be maybe like, I'm trying to find it right now. Hold on, give me one sec.
I think it's 11 hours. I think difference. I believe.
Yeah, it's at a weird
Is it going to be
time.
AM? Is it going to be like breakfast
Yeah,
time?
I think 5:30 p.m. it says in Perth. So what does
Oh yeah,
that
it's going to be
mean?
on the middle of the night, dude. Or it's going to be on
It,
like 6, 7 in the morning.
I forget where. If you're on the East Coast, you can stay up till 2. If you're on the West Coast, you're like just getting up in the morning to watch it,
Okay.
like early morning. It's like and you know what? Everybody will tune into it. It'll get a huge live audience and everything,
Yeah.
just like all the Saudi Arabia shows do and everything. We keep, I think they get into their own thing, and it's all Tony Khan's fault. And the weird thing is, I was thinking about this. You're rooting for Tony Khan. You want them to succeed. You
I
want some
was.
competition. I mean, yeah. I
It's
mean,
like, dude, if you can't figure it out, it's like it's his fault, man. Because he's not like hiring. He's not delegating work to people. He should be delegating. He thinks he's handling it all himself. And it's kind of like, dude, just because you did it with your little card game when you were in high school doesn't mean that you could book
why did you hire the Big Show and Mark Henry? What are they doing?
because he wants big friends.
What
I
what do
want tall
you?
friends, Dad.
I keep hearing they've got. I keep
Get me a giant. I want a giant.
I keep hearing, he listens to Jake the Snake Roberts and all these
No, he
people, and
doesn't, dude.
I don't get any direction with that whole thing.
No.
And apparently now it's getting to the point now, it's really funny that uh there's some great things going on Ring of Honor, and nobody's watching it. Apparently, Ethan Page, all ego Ethan Page, was over there doing well thing. Apparently, what's his name? The Prince Peacock. What's his name?
Oh, Dalton Castle
He's having an
and
amazing,
his
like,
boys.
amazing stuff that's going on with him and Johnny TV right now.
He's funny, dude.
And
I love me some Dalton Castle for sure.
And then who else is over there? Apparently, Nyla Rose is doing crazy stuff over there that everybody's raving about. Billy Starks, all these people that aren't getting any attention over there. You and me, we come from different
worlds.
worlds. We like to laugh at wrestling like other girls. I don't know. I lost it. Tinkle.
Dude, so wait, hold on. Wait. Proceed, sir.
You proceed. Go ahead. Unless you
Oh,
lost.
I was going to say, I was so turned off by AEW that I watched last week's Impact to see if it was possible that TNT or TNA Impact has actually leapfrogged AEW. And I won't say it's happened yet because they also had stuff that sucked pretty bad. I was like, dude, this has to be better than AEW. And I'm like, it's like a 6'5" versus a 5'8". It's like, but I did see Dolph Ziggler's first match back.
How was it?
He looked good. They had him go against that guy, Steve Macklin or Steve, whatever. He's really good. Yeah, he's big though. So like Dolph is super skinny, dude.
Yeah.
He's so lean, man. He's really lean now, dude.
Is Tommy Dreamer still wrestling over there? Yeah, I think he is.
I
think he just lost the belt.
I think he's like a special attraction, I think. Because I don't think he was, because I watched Hard to Kill. I don't think he was on there. Maybe he was. I don't know. But yeah, so I was so turned off by AEW. I was just like, dude, this is so bad. Because then, that's what I was going to tell you too. I watched the hour interview with our boy Brian Pillman Jr.
Yeah.
Dude, because I was so turned off when we tried to do the episode last week. It was just so and I was like, I kind of wanted like something positive. Like I wanted to talk about something positive. So I watched his like hour interview, Brian Pillman Jr.
With what's his name? Chris Van Vliet?
Yes, Chris Van. Dude, did you ever see that clip where he like asked Anne Hathaway how many pounds she lost for fucking to play Catwoman, dude? And like Anne Hathaway's like, dude, you don't ask it like, I mean, she was really sweet about it, but she was just like, dude, you don't ask a woman how many pounds they lost. And you could tell that was brand new. That was like 12 years ago.
What do you think's gonna happen right now? Do you think WWE is gonna be goofy enough to mess up the whole Cody versus Roman?
No.
He's got to go after the WWE belt, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
did you hear that? Like Cody put it really cool. Someone asked him, like, what do you feel about The Rock trying to hoard in? And he's like, I don't think The Rock's the kind of dude who's going to like meddle in 2 years of storylines that we've been working on.
Hypothetically, let's say they say, you know what, we could take this Cody thing another year.
No.
He takes on Seth Rollins and The Rock comes in and challenges Roman Reigns and we go another year.
It's a gamble.
Another year.
Because it may be worth it, but you may not be able to pull it off, dude. And then you have just shat the bed. So I wouldn't gamble.
The Rock comes in and he tears his stomach.
I mean, I think
all his guts just fall out.
I mean, it's going to be, I think he's probably going to end up either being in Cody's corner or being the special guest referee, at least making it even. Because I know Cody's not going to like The Rock to hit him with a chair and then drag Cody over. You know what I mean? Like Cody's going to want to finish him with his offense. So that won't happen, but I could see him like as a special enforcer or whatever. And then once Roman loses, then he can be mad at The Rock. And then The Rock can be like, oh, you're not even actually my cousin. You and Nia need to stop fucking telling everyone you're my cousins. Like they could have a great feud, dude.
We're just people from an island. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you if you saw his daughter on NXT because I was.
Oh man, she's trying. She's trying so hard. She's trying. Now I feel bad for her.
Dude, it's like someone
this
showed
was probably
up
her best showing, but it's still like not that great.
It's like they showed up at her house with a camera crew, and she was just making like a grilled cheese sandwich. She's like, "What? We're gonna do what?" And then they're like, "Action!" And then she's like, Yeah.
How
I
dare
seem more
you come
comfortable.
here and do this stuff? And you think you're gonna get a match with Joe Gacy? And then Gacy goes,
Yeah,
all right,
dude.
you got it.
Okay. You got it. Okay, you got it. She
They're
does. Oh
start
yeah.
well, anyway, I don't want to get it. I'm gonna stay out of the other stuff too, but it's really ridiculous how that goes. By the way, so to finish things off, so Pat McAfee is now the Raw color commentator. Did you see that? And if you're worried about Wade Barrett, apparently tomorrow SmackDown, Wade Barrett's on it, and Corey Graves is going to do play by play. They fired the Kevin Patrick guy, who obviously wasn't going to work. We talked about it. So now they're going,
Yeah.
which could work. You know, it's funny because you remember it was Monsoon and Heenan. Monsoon was doing play by play. The wrestler doing play by play could work.
Yeah.
Pat Summerall was a football player turned play by play man.
Yeah, but the little like foo-foo dude in the UK British boy band should not have been. I feel bad for that dude. He's probably like a nice guy, but goddamn, he was not a good match.
I don't know. Yeah, I just it wasn't a good match. It was not a good match. They've tried some crazy things too, and I think that people like wrestling, but do you understand wrestling? Is the big question.
Yeah.
And Adnan Virk liked wrestling. That Kevin Patrick liked wrestling. Do they understand it and how to tell their story the way that they wanted? No. And it wasn't a Vince thing. This is a now because originally it's the Vince because Vince is nuts with the announcers, but I
He's
find it
gone now,
interesting.
so thank God.
I would like to be the WWE announcer still. Imagine me and you, Tinkle.
Dude, I could not have
We
that
got
many
Tinkle in the back.
I could
Instead of
not
some
have
hot
that many
chick, we got
people
you.
talking to me at one time in my ear, dude. No, no, I would flip the fuck out. I'd be like, one of you needs to shut fuck up, dude. Like, oh, that'd be so bad. Oh, could you imagine? Especially when like Vince was, if you yell at Mick Foley, you're a real piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like that guy's like harmless, dude.
Mick Foley. I hope he gets back in the shape. He got in really
Um,
good shape and then he got out of shape.
yeah, yeah. That was that
I just
one quote. I think I read you that he said it was like someone asked him if he could go in the Rumble. He's like, if I lost 70, I would need to lose 70 pounds to be in bad shape. Like he was pretty far
yeah,
away from it.
he's in pretty rough shape, but that is
Do you want to look at the because we do have one premium live event this weekend. We have the NXT Vengeance Day.
interesting. Yeah, what's the
Um,
roster? Tell me what's going on.
all right, here we go. I believe the match 6, which is probably the first match, or Dominic Dijak. I guess just name is just
It's just
Dijak
Dijak
now.
now.
All
Yeah.
right, versus Joe Gacy. Dude, why were
The
they fighting on top of a? I didn't understand. I did not understand any of that was happening. That whole like cinematic thing they were doing. Did not get it at all. Can you
why were
explain
they
why they
fighting?
were?
Wait, why are they fighting what?
So on NXT, like there's this weird like cinematic scene where they're sitting there like hanging out together at some table talking, and then all of a sudden they're fighting on a roof, and then he knocked him off and he landed on he fell off a roof, dude. I don't know.
Maybe I missed that. I'm sorry. I might have tuned out on that part, but
Yeah, anyway, so that is the match. That is the no disqualification match. Who do you got for that?
I think Dijak. I think they're gonna
Dude, are they
run
gonna
Gacy through.
yeah, are they gonna give like Dijak Collins it? It's been like 5 years, dude.
It's because they should have just let him go through the first time when he was fighting Samoa Joe and just moved him up. Instead, they're trying to make him the next Diesel, which is kind of weird.
Um
He's got the Stallone and Cobra look right now.
he does, dude.
I
Oh,
I
he
I
does,
wish
he
they
does, dude. Oh, that's
I
really funny.
I wish they'd go back to catering and he's cutting pizza with some scissors. That would
That's
be
great.
awesome. Come on. Come on. And by the way, talk about the next match. Go ahead.
The family, Tony D'Angelo and Chang Sachs and Adriana Rizzo versus OTM. What's OTM?
Out the
Lucien Price
mud. Out the
is
mud.
is one of those, like, who's that small guy? Reggie is like one of them. Is he one of those guys? They hired a little dude named Reggie who was in like Circus Dole or whatever the fuck it
Oh,
is.
Scripps. That's what Scripps is.
Oh, that is him. Okay. Yeah, with Scripts. Okay.
I thought you were talking like a little person. I'm like, I don't see. There's no little
No,
people in that.
he's little. He's tiny. Match 4 for oh no, so this will be probably the main event. Dragonoff versus Trick Williams. I don't know. Wikipedia sucks, dude.
Wait, I want to say something about the family. I know you want to skip over that. I love the stare, and they added the chick now, Adriana Rizzo, which I would have added another dude first, but I get it. They want to pair her up and have her fight some other women. I love the I'm an Italian person gimmick, where I'm a stereotype and I'm like the mob, but I'm not really the mob. Love it. Love it. It's my vice. It's so stupid. Doesn't make any sense. It's kind of racist. I love it. Going back towards
Yeah.
the FBI, all versions of the FBI, including the first one, which was funny because it was always little Guido, and then the other guy was like a black guy or a Native American. He was never really an Italian, but he was calling himself a full-blooded Italian.
Oh yeah, Tracy Smothers.
And Tracy Smothers. Yeah, because they had it was funnier. They had a black guy, forget his name. He never quite made himself, but he'd come out and he'd be like, "Yo, Vinny," like, and he'd do an Italian voice, and it was so, and he had a huge lisp. It was funny, but I love it. I don't know why I love this stupid thing. It cracks me up, and I sit there and I laugh. And they talk to you talk to the guy about the thing. Oh, and they do the whole thing. That's why I've rewatched The Sopranos again. It's the 25th anniversary of The Sopranos. I love it. I'm telling you, tell me I'm wrong to love this stupid gimmick.
No, it's way better than it has any right to be. To be honest with you, it was so dumb when I first saw it, and like when they killed off the one guy who got cut, and they killed him off. That was really funny, dude.
Did you talk to the guy with the thing? I will watch any of those stupid movies. I'll watch Analyze This to the day when Billy Crystal's pretending to be like the mob consigliere, and he's like, "Did you talk to the guy with the thing?" Oh, hoorah!
Yeah.
And that's all this is. Everything I'm just telling you, that's it. Even though these guys are actually Italian, fucking hilarious to me. It's a dumb thing. It's like seeing a kitten. It's just adorable no matter what, anytime. Even if it's mangy. I love this gimmick. I hope it never ends. One day this is my Apocalypse Now speech. Or not, when he says one day this war is gonna end. One day they're gonna kill this gimmick. They're gonna say it's racist. They're gonna try to cancel it like Columbus Day. And I'm gonna be really sad because I love it. I love it. And I don't care if you're Italian and against it. I think it's hilarious. I wish there was a gimmick I wish there was some lazy Mexicans. I can say that because I'm Mexican.
Whoa.
I wish there was a group of lazy Mexicans that just wrestled all slow or half asleep and were doing like the Mexicools. Mexicans are different than other people. Thought that was hilarious. It was super offensive, sure, on paper.
Yeah, they came out in a ride-on lawnmower, dude.
They rode on lawnmowers. They said "Gringo" one day. I remember the theme song, "Gringo, you're gonna work for me one day, Gringo." And these guys in jumpsuits working the lawn. I'll never stand. This is my rant. I don't know why I'm making a big deal. I want you to know that. Tell me I'm wrong to love the stereotypical stereotype of an Italian wrestler, and that's it on that.
No, it was perfect. But that is like the only nationality you could do and not like offend everybody
right now.
Or like people, yeah.
They're coming for it. They're going to come for it.
Next match, the Wolf Dogs, the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Classic. The Wolf Dogs Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker is just so funny. Versus this is gonna be a good match, dude. Versus Trick Mello gang, Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Oh, Trick is doing double duty. Nice.
Yeah. By
Who
the
do you
way,
think?
it can't be a gang if there's just two of you. You're a
Who do you
duo.
think is gonna win the? Oh, dude, I think Baron Corbin doesn't need it. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams do need it, but if they turn on each other, then it's kind of not really. I don't know.
I think they're gonna
Like, who do you
do
think?
I think they're gonna try to do it for a Braun Corbin feud, and
Yeah,
then I think they're gonna try to feud both teams. Um, yeah, I just think I don't know who they're gonna give it to. I would think Trick Mello
probably. Yeah,
because it'll add that thing. Because if they do fight and they do have that breakup, they also have a tag championship match together.
yeah. Well,
If they did it right, it'd be interesting.
I think they're gonna maybe pull the. I think they're maybe gonna pull it on Trick, dude. Just because I guess I read something where people behind the scenes are really into him. I guess like the higher ups on Raw. I guess he did a thing.
I think he should join the family. He'd be like,
Oh
"I'm
my
a
god!
Trick.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Hey, you fool! Hey, I'm Bobby Lupo.
oh, I
Hey,
need
where's
some
my
Medica. Oh, you busted my
capiche?
brajol, my
Yeah,
brajol.
yeah. All
Oh,
right. Next is Lyra. Oh, these names are so terrible, dude.
Lyra,
Lyra, Valkyra, whatever.
whatever.
Versus Roxanne Perez. Yeah, I don't like that chick. She's just like another European chick. They haven't really done a good job of making her different. I mean, she's good, right? She's good, but she's not.
She's good, but yeah, they haven't done anything, and they're doing this weird. And it seems now like it's overdone. I got a stalker, and I kind of protect her, but she's gonna screw me over, and then she's gonna want the belt.
But friends are hard to come by, so I get it, dude.
Friends are hard to come by. I feel like Roxanne Perez, like they just gotta do something. Like maybe they need to license Madonna's Lucky Star, and she should just come into Lucky
Come
Star.
up,
I think
popping
that
out.
make her. Just you must be my lucky star. It just feels like she needs something. That's all. I'm reaching.
You are. Next is Oba Femi versus Dragon Lee. I mean, that dude just took out 3 of the Mexican dudes.
3 or 2.
He took out all 3 of them. He took out the tag team, and then he beat the shit out of Dragon Lee. He chopped them out of the air.
He took out 2 Mexicans and a Filipino. Remember that?
That's right. He did. He did.
Okay.
Dude. And I noticed he was laying it in extra on the Filipino. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but
I have to go with Dragon Lee because if there's a race war, you got to just, that's first thing.
I mean, he's got to win because he just got, he just beat the shit. Like, yeah, he slapped him out of the air.
Him would be so stupid. And
like King Kong.
And remember, Dragon Lee got signed to SmackDown, so this may be their way of just.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
This is like the blow off feud, probably. Yep.
Beat up a bunch of Mexicans and a Filipino.
So the main event now, I imagine this is the main event. Although the tag match has a lot more star power, dude, you can actually end with this. If you're not gonna like have what's the name win, you could do the championship match first and have the tag team match close it out. But Dragunov versus Trick, dude. Who do you got?
I think it's Trick time.
You think so? That flash knee?
I think it's Trick time, even though I think it's premature. They should keep Dragunov. I think the smart thing would be to get Trick to keep it on Dragunov and do the turn. But I feel like they're going to drag it out longer. I don't know. I don't think they're going to do the right
Probably
thing.
To Mania, dude. Yeah.
They're not going to put that on Mania.
No, like the takeover, they always have like a NXT
Stand and Deliver, which they stole from the Latino movie.
They stole more Mexican shit, dude.
That's why I'm not feeling bad about the family. Oh,
hey, I'm watching some goddamn wrestling. Hey,
come in my lawn, you stupid.
Hey, fucko.
I want a chicken parmesan, veal parmesan. I want a superset, the gabagoo.
Watch, dude. It's gonna be like I'm finally gonna get like a special on Netflix, and they're gonna go back to this and like, oh, Kris Tinkle shamed Italian Americans.
It's allowed right now. It is. February 1st.
Yeah, it won't be in 5 years. That's what I'm saying, though. It won't be in 5 years.
I'm the one that told you they're coming for it. I think we got another year and a half left. I think after the Sopranos anniversary thing weighs off, you know. Oh, you're busting my balls.
Look at Shane Gillison name, dude. He thought you could make fun of, you know, Asians if you just buy their food and all the time, and he learned a very valuable lesson.
Lucky for him, Budweiser just signed him.
What a smart move, by the way, right?
Yeah.
Smart on them, dude. Like super smart.
I'm gonna try to get in contact with Shane. I've had lunch with him twice because I want him to bring back Spuds McKenzie.
Oh, hit him up, dude. Spuds.
I'm like, hey, bring back Spuds. Bring back Spuds.
That's great.
Back Spuds.